want to start by telling you a couple things. I actually went to Donaldson School
Oh,
for
really?
yeah, for real estate. Now, I quickly learned, this was, man, almost maybe 10 years ago. I quickly learned that the job of a real estate agent is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And just from going through real estate deals, I realized I wanted to be on the other side, you know what I'm saying? The actual purchasing side. So, man, y'all did have some really cool teachers. It was just, even talking to my friends about this episode, they're like, man, we thought that, Donaldson Realty, we thought that was like a national company or something. I'm like, no, it's just local guys, you know what I'm saying? So really cool to have you on, man.
I appreciate that. Always good to talk to a Donaldson graduate. I'm a Donaldson graduate from back in the day, you know. And it's funny, if you look around Twitter and social media, everybody thinks a real estate agent's job is easy.
Man, dude,
Find
it's
out that's
I have so much respect for that whole industry, that whole field. I do kind of wish in another life, I would have dived deep into that real estate game. But I'm thinking right now, from the realtors I'm talking to, it's kind of tough right now. But what do you think about right now? You think like the agents that make it through right now will be the ones rewarded when the market turns around?
Absolutely 100%. I mean, some of the, I guess I would say the young guns that are super successful, kind of in our generation, I think we're probably, within reason around the same age. Um, they got in 2007, 2008, 2009,
Mhm.
2010, in that range when things were, kind of wild out there. But anytime a market is like getting in disruption and people are running for the exits, that is your chance to run in and grab your market size. And you're always culling the weak part of the herd. But I think now is even better because look at what we're doing right here. Look at what anybody can do. You can hop on
Mhm.
social media, get attention, right? Generate leads, and you can just leapfrog over other agents in your local market, wherever you are, almost right out the gate. Not saying that it's easy, but I hope we get to talk about all of the bad information that's out there about what's going on in real estate right now because it's out there.
Yeah, it's an attention economy. And, I guess, if I was an agent, I would be doing what you were saying, leveraging social media and using this time to really build my brand, network as much as I can. So that, when the rates do eventually drop again, we go into, it's real estate, it's historical, and it's going to be an asset class that the country is designed. So being a real estate whether you're a real estate agent, a home builder, anything in the real estate sector, it's a just like investing, it's a long-term game, right?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm actually curious is, you said you're talking to uh, real estate agents and just folks out there. Like, I'm curious, like, what do you think is going on in real estate? What is your perception just right
Mm-hmm.
now in general? Like, what does it feel like? What does it look like? What are you hearing and seeing? Because I kind
So
of want to react to, yeah, what it looks like to you.
yeah. So I think it's, first of all, it's cyclical. Real estate, it's a long-term game. And, as money comes into our economy, as, we see more money printed, money is going to flow into assets because obviously, there's tax advantages and there's laws. So obviously we're dealing with historic inflation from the money supply being inflated. So what is happening is that in order to combat the inflation, the Fed has decided to raise interest rates to essentially slow the economy. Now that's having a devastating effect because right now it's kind of like a push and pull of like, well, prices are dropping, but interest rates are so high. So like, let's say hypothetically, you're a home buyer with a 2 to 4% interest rate. You don't want to sell your house, even if you can profit, because then you will have to then go and buy a new house with an 8% interest rate. Then,
Right.
we could get into the insurance and that thing. So I think that
Yeah.
right now we're at a weird point where it's kind of like the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. And
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
is going to break first? Something is going to happen. And that's kind of my overview of it. What do you think, though?
No, it sounds like you got your mind around it better than a lot of folks. I mean, there's so much sensationalism I really enjoy. That's why I'm on Twitter a lot. I really just enjoy diving in these conversations where, on one side you've got people that are like dancing on the grave of the real estate industry already. Oh my God, this great financial crisis, it's over. Real estate will never be the same. But then you've also got people on the other side that are telling you everything is fine, everything is
Mhm.
normal, prices are still going up. I don't understand what people are talking about. And as with most things, it's right in the middle. The truth
Mhm.
is way in the middle. And so I've been enjoying sort of seeing the different perspectives and what people think, but you've got a good handle on it, And so when things are frozen, you've got to get the immovable object. Who do you think is going to blink first? Do you think
Mhm.
it's going to be the buyer or the seller? And I think that's what a lot of people might be a little bit confused about is the idea of if a seller's got to reduce price, if prices across the board have to come down, everybody wants to put the word crash on their next video, their next
Mhm.
blog post, their next everything, right? It's a crash. And it's like, look at any chart for any asset that's ever existed. It doesn't go just like this,
Mhm.
and it probably doesn't go just like that unless it's some meme scam coin, on a crypto exchange,
Mhm.
offshore, right? All asset classes have their fluctuations. So if we get a little bit of I guess, a normalization after uh, the distortion of COVID, I would say that that's super healthy. I would
Mhm.
say that that's super necessary. And I think there's a lot of encouraging signs out there. I mean, look, at the end of the day, one of two things has to happen, right? Prices have to come down or interest rates have to come down. If neither of those two things happen, we're going to stay right where we are, which is basically nobody doing anything unless they absolutely have to.